Yo, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing today? It's the homie Kynard. I'm here with my host, Brittany. We'd like to welcome y'all to Dope Dialogue on a Wednesday. What's going on, Britt? Oh, shoot. It looked like we got Britt froze. Britt, you froze out here in these streets? Looks like Britt is froze. What's going on? Look. This is the homie Kynard. I'm happy to have y'all here. Brittany will be joining us shortly. She froze up on our intro, but look, we're happy to have y'all here with us tuning in tonight. Look, we are going to start the live call-ins right away. If you want to call in, whatever it is you want to talk about, we'll talk about. Yeah, man. What's going on? I mean, we ain't got no president yet. That's what's going on out here in these streets right now. No president. I don't know about y'all. That's Brittany calling in. Britt, what's good? You made it?
Hey, how are you?
Good. Gonna wait for you to get situated.
Hey, y'all.
I was just telling we still don't have a president.
Oh gosh.
But that being said, you know, it's a situation where I can't remember the time. I mean, somebody said Al Gore and Bush was the last time this happened. If you all look, call in, man, 419-464-7246. Join us. We're on some dope dialogue today. We talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. It's not much really going on outside of the election. Some of y'all might have election fatigue. If you are having election fatigue, that's cool. We want to talk about what y'all want to talk about today. So that being said, I'm gonna get into it. What do you think about the election, Britt? I mean, it's been crazy, right?
I have a little bit of anxiety behind it. I ain't gonna
A little
lie.
bit.
Just a little bit, a little sprinkle. I baked about 8 pies the other night when I was thinking about it. I said, let me distract myself. So that's what I did. But it's been interesting. I've only voted in, this would be the third time. Obama's first term was my
Golf
first
clap.
time, but
Hey, you voted.
right.
You voted. Golf clap.
I feel like then I was excited about voting. Now, not at all.
Yeah.
I'll be excited. I'll be happy when that comes back around again. You know, when you feel like your civic duty is fun. Like, oh, I'm making a difference. I'm excited about this. I don't feel excited about
Yeah,
any
I
of it.
would tell you, for me, there's only been 2 presidents I've ever been excited about. I was excited about Clinton, just because his second term, everybody was making money and everybody was happy. And then Obama. I was excited about him the first time. I was
because he was light skinned.
Yeah, because he was black.
No, light skinned.
Black. He was black. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a situation where it's like, all right, yeah, cool. I voted for the first black president. The second election, like I was over it. Like it had worn off. You know, the newness of it.
Right.
And I think he was able to do as best he could, given, you know, the circumstances he was in. I would have liked to have seen more for our minority community, but, you know, it is what it is. So I totally understand. I was only excited twice. What about y'all out there? Was y'all excited to be voting today? Yesterday. Voting, period. I don't understand why people want to do it on the day. Like, just get it out of the way.
Why?
Right?
Well, I guess there wouldn't be the issue with the them holding on to mail-in ballots if that wasn't the case. But
Well, I
whatever.
get mail in though because of Corona. Some people didn't want to go out.
Yeah.
Some people didn't want to vote in person. I get it. I understood it. With Corona going around, you don't want to be in no long lines. And I remember the first day I saw it looked like it was taking 2 to 3 hours. A lot of people.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people. So I don't know. I got
I
mine done
talked to
early.
I talked to my grandma on the phone earlier. This is the level of no fucks given that I want to have one day. She said, "Now, when's the last day to vote?" I said, "Ma'am, that was yesterday. We." She said, "Oh, okay. So maybe I should turn on the news and see who the president is." I said, "We still ain't got one." I said, "That's the amount of like lackadaisical attitude I want to have one day." She's big chilling. She was just like, ugh,
I mean, once
86.
again,
86. Who cares? I'm
yeah,
old.
once again, I think that Biden got the most votes of any presidential candidate in the history of voting, which means that a lot of people turned out. But once
Right.
again, some people just aren't going to vote. Like it just isn't, it ain't their vibe.
A lot of their
Yeah,
makeup.
it's not their vibe.
Right.
And I ain't mad at that. You know what I'm saying? Like that makes sense. There's a certain percentage of us that just isn't what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Uh I honestly thought it was too close. I still think it's too close.
Ooh, that
You
part.
know, I still think that it's a bit too close if you ask me. Here, let me look at the numbers real quick. I personally to see that people are still voting for Trump
After he's been here.
after the childishness,
Whew. Talk about it.
tweeting, the lying, pretty much his whole presidency. And it was still somebody like, no, yeah, he gets my vote. Right? In
Right. He's
numbers,
still good.
right? Not just the rural areas, right? Like I get it. Yeah, that's he make y'all proud to be an American out in rural country. I get it.
He promises jobs. That's all they know. Like, I got to go to this mine. I got to get this oil. I got to do this labor. I got to feed my family. Like, I get it. But also, look at all the trash.
And somebody said, I think I read that somebody said, you know, I guess racism isn't a deal breaker in the United States of America. And
No, never that.
that was confirmed. As many people as we had out here cheering for Black Lives Matter and all like equally,
Mm-hmm.
equally, our country in numbers showed up for Trump. Like, cause last night I thought he won.
Listen, you and me both. I went to bed like, okay, well, this is gonna be trash in the
Right.
morning. I I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of those people. The first thing that I do when I wake up is check my phone, and I just laid in my bed. I was like, or I could just not check it for a while.
Well,
That'll be
I
fine
woke
with
up at
me.
3 in the
And then
morning to
I was
check.
like,
Yeah.
did
Yeah, I
you?
woke up. I was up at 3 in the morning. I went to use the bathroom. I was uneasy. I couldn't sleep. And I checked it and they didn't have a winner. And I thought that was odd. But then I went back to sleep and I woke up at 7 and I was like, oh, we still ain't got no president. Right?
Still.
And then I started to look at the swing states, right? Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, Nevada, New Hampshire, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Texas, and Wisconsin. I currently reside in Texas. I previously resided in Michigan as well as Ohio. So I pay attention. I know that these are swing states. And I still was looking and I was like, oh, well, he ain't got Michigan. You know, he ain't got Pennsylvania. I think at that time
Yeah.
he didn't have Wisconsin. I was like, oh, we about to get another 4
Yeah.
years.
Right.
This is what it is.
Yeah. I was thinking that too. I was like, well, looks like Arizona we could count on, but Arizona ain't enough. Ain't enough bodies in Arizona to matter as far as Electoral College
Right.
goes. So I went to bed feeling defeated. I said, I'm gonna just take this Benadryl and go on to sleep. I feel a little allergy coming on. Let me take this Benadryl, knock it out.
I just
Woke up to a surprise.
well, let me ask, what is it about Biden though? Because to me, like if we having a conversation, and once again, I understand y'all might have politic fatigue, but I want to understand why it was that Joe Biden didn't blow this dude out. Is it because Joe Biden's not a good candidate? Is it because he chose a minority woman to be his running mate? Because I'm having a hard time believing in droves these people are still supporting Donald Trump. Like, was it the Democrats? Because I don't believe the Democrats are the savior for the African American community. I just felt that Trump wasn't presidential. I felt like he had racist rants. He said things to provoke division. He wasn't a unifying force in our country. Uh, was he racist? Almost all of the American presidents have been racist. Like, I don't want to shock nobody, but a good majority of them probably was racist. You know what I'm saying? So Trump being racist isn't new. Him being openly outward about it is a bit different.
That's the new
But
part.
why couldn't Joe Biden like smash this dude? Why it's got to be this close?
I don't think, personally, I think Republicans really, really got behind their candidate.
They organized.
Conservatives really, really got behind their candidate. I feel like Democrats were divided. And when Biden became that guy, I still think people were divided. Um, I don't know if there was enough push behind him initially to make the Bernie people happy. Um, I just think they weren't strong in how they forced our candidate. Oh, look at me. Oop. Um, the Democratic candidate. That's my opinion. I also feel like his running mate could have something to do with it as well. She's still black. She's still Indian. She's still a woman. Um, Joe old. Somebody out there could be thinking like, ugh, if this guy goes, we got this broad to deal with, and we don't want that. Like, it's a thing, perhaps. I don't know. I think there's a couple variables that added up to him not being, or for it not being the victory that we thought it was going to be. I always thought for some reason though that it was either going to be very close or that Donald was going to win.
So I would have preferred Bernie Sanders to be the nominee. That's who I
Right.
was excited about.
Hmm.
I was excited about Bernie. Bernie was older than dirt. Joe is older than dirt.
Bernie's oldest than dirt.
I just don't believe that the Democrats know what they're doing. Which then puts you in a difficult position because I didn't think Donald Trump knew what he was doing. Or he did and was just smarter than everyone else.
Talk
You
about
know?
it.
But when I look at Joe Biden, he feels boring. He feels 1988, 92. 96.
Yeah. You giving him a lot on 96.
I'm just,
He's vintage. He's a little retro.
once again, old white man running the country. It's not anything new. And I don't feel, once again, am I wrong out there, people? Let me know. Talk to me. Let me know. If you're in the chat, let us know. Hit us up on the chat. If you voted for Joe Biden, and I don't want to make an assumptions. I know people on both sides of the aisle. Predominantly, the individuals I know are Democratic individuals. I've said many, many times, I'm neither Republican nor Democrat. I identify as a libertarian, right? That's what I identify as. But I could not see Trump do another 4 years, so I voted for the Democratic nominee. But I'm not impressed. It's not. I feel like it could be more of the same old, same old. Shout out to the people who voted for Kanye West.
Oh. He got a couple little votes on him.
60,000 compared to 6 million, 6.5.
I mean, 60,000 is better than I thought he was going to do, so.
But what got me is when he voted on the ballot and the only person he voted for was himself. He didn't vote for anybody else on the ballot.
Narcissism at its peak. He said nothing here matters. Just this. Just me. Kanye Omari West for vice president.
Who voted for Kanye? Did you vote for Kanye? If you're in the chat, let us know. I mean,
Kim didn't even vote for Kanye. Come on.
Kim, right. What did you tell me earlier that they was that Chloe was rolling eyes about the situation?
Of course, she's shady. I listen, I know a shady girl when I see a shady girl. And she was probably like, oh gosh, I'm associated with this guy. Here we go. Let's just go. She was probably like, let me mark Biden on the slot.
Right.
Yeah, Kanye, I got it. That's you.
What do you do if you are Kanye and you show up with your family and don't nobody vote for you? Some of the memes were hilarious too.
Right.
The SpongeBob meme where they was like, yo, how do we tell him?
How do we break it to him?
He was super lit. I mean, Biden has 71 million votes. Trump has 68 million votes.
Ooh.
Kanye has 60,000 votes.
Listen, it's better than the 6 that I thought he was going to get. 6 alone. Just his family.
Look. So I asked this question today in my Facebook group. What's next? Let's say Joe Biden wins the election. Right now, he is listed as having 264. He has been awarded both Wisconsin as well as Michigan. Wisconsin 100%, okay. Michigan at 99%. It looks like Pennsylvania. What is it?
They're making a turn.
Making a turn. Trump had 56%. Now it's down to 51.
Let's go.
Biden has 48 and only 89% has reported for Pennsylvania. So there's still a chance there. Really, this
go
ahead.
I'm naive, but I might be naive, but I have a real question. How is it that counting is so delayed in some places and not others? I don't get how it works. Maybe it's just because each state is dealing with it, how they deal with it, maybe. But I feel like, how is it that time zones on the East got they shit counted when on the West, some states didn't? Like, the population is starkly different. Some places that have way less versus way more.
What I've been told is that there's a certain amount of votes. Like you can see 87% in Arizona, but it's been awarded to Biden already. Well, a lot of times 100% reporting for a lot of these places aren't achieved. But if you get a certain percentage at a certain number of votes that are eligible,
Just keep going. You gotta
then they
go.
award it. You
Yeah.
know, like Alaska has only reported 53% of the votes.
But there's only 4.5 people in Alaska, so that makes sense.
And he has 64, Trump has 64% of those votes, whereas Biden has 32%. Clearly, the gap is large enough, even at 53%. Even if they got to 100%, Biden would not be getting the entire, right? He wouldn't win the state. The reason for places like Pennsylvania, Michigan, and even Wisconsin was for some of these places, they couldn't start counting the mail-in ballots until after the polls closed. So when the polls closed yesterday, they started counting mail-in ballots all night. I think Pennsylvania, that was another issue. Mail-in ballots couldn't start to be counted until today. So they didn't even start yesterday to count those mail-in ballots. Now, you'll say, well, why is it so many? Why is it so many in Pennsylvania? Because they said around 4 o'clock they had more than 1 million mail-in ballots. That's because more people mailed it in this year trying to have their vote count and not wanting to be out in COVID while mailing. I mean, while voting. Victor said each state has their own procedures. Correct. They have their own procedures, and that's why I said Pennsylvania's procedure was to start with mail-in ballots today. I don't think it's been this
them
close
to get uniform
before. What would you say?
I said, I'm gonna need them. I'm gonna need some federal uniformity after this.
Well, I think that they let the states handle it so there's no fraud by the government, right? I think that, and once again, I'm not a law professor, not big on the government, but I think a lot of that is handled at the state level just for the reasons of fraud. And that's another reason why we can't have handheld on your phone ballots by an app. Because who's going to manage it, right? Is each state going to manage their own app? Who's going to have control of the data? You know, and that's why they want people to physically go in and go to the physical location, and then it's managed by the state.
I can imagine that would get very messy very fast.
If we had it by
if
phone?
It was like app-based. Yeah, if it was like app-based or you can do it online, I could imagine that would just be a shamble for a second.
Yeah. Well, I think the other thing is whether or not it inspires trust, right? Because we know that.
Oh, we don't do that. We don't trust our government. Hello?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Apps can be hacked. I mean, even now, Trump is saying, look, we want to recount in Wisconsin, and I know that that's normal, right? I mean, this dude announced that he won. He basically... He was saying, look, we want to recount in Wisconsin and we want to stop counting in Michigan.
How you do that?
Because I'm the president and I do what I want to do.
I can do what I want.
Right. Yo, Vic, what you think, man? How are you feeling? How are you feeling about the election right now, Vic? Vic said there's no trust in politics. I agree. Even now, right? So even now, as much as I want to believe in the voting process, I still believe that there's somebody else deciding, and I ain't talking about the Electoral College. There's somebody else deciding who the president of the United States is going to be.
Oh, gosh, here he goes. It's a conspiracy. Well,
I mean, I'm not even going to pull a thread. I just believe that they don't trust us as an American community to make the decision on who should be the president. You think that they trust us?
I am a trustworthy bitch. Speak for yourself.
Okay, right. So Jeff in rural Texas country, he know the ins and the outs. They gonna let Jeff in the country make a decision. They gonna let Antoine in the hood.
Antoine only got 14.
Okay, we talk about the most powerful nation, or supposedly the most powerful
So we
nation
say.
in
So we
the
say.
United States of America. We gonna let Betty Lou Simmons from, the nursing home,
Chattanooga.
78 years old,
Mm-hmm. She still got her driver's
still
license.
got her
Though.
like we letting her decide who the president is. Come on, man.
She makes a good ass pie. What are you talking about? Yes.
Come on, man. If y'all believe that, I got some oceanfront
I'm trolling.
property in Iowa. I want to sell you. I got it. If you think that they are letting, Jerome, if y'all are thinking that, come on, they're not.
Roaming in the house, watching. I mean, that's why we have Electoral College anyway,
It's
right?
great theater. Hey, look, I know what it is, and I still was looking like, who's gonna be the president? Oh, how many states?
Sure
Like
was.
I know. I'm hip.
I have my phone in my hand, like refresh, refresh. Nothing. Okay. But refresh. So let me tap that state. What they doing? Refresh.
They gonna look at me
here
and
we are
say,
still.
Kynard, we are gonna let you decide who the president of the United States, and I'm supposed to believe that?
On the strength of your beard, yes. Have faith in something. They like I value the thickness of his
Look,
beard.
it's
It is
dark and
dense.
lovely. I feel it. Thank you. Look, I'm trying to get it in. Maybe I got
Is it
some
soft?
wisdom.
You put oil on it? You put oils in there?
I put the oils in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Come on,
the
little
berries
berry
and
juice.
juices.
Come on.
Yeah, it's gotta be good. I gotta make sure it's moisturized.
That got a little lust up in it. Come on.
Vic said Trump has to go, but he doesn't care for Biden, which I think a lot of
That's the sentiment everywhere.
And
we don't like the current. However, we have one option.
Yeah.
And we don't really like him either. So I feel like the people who didn't really like him either, some of those people didn't even vote.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Or they did something stupid like, I'm going to write in Wesley Snipes.
Or Kanye West. Vic said Nook Nook got it. Nook Nook ain't got it, man. Ain't nobody in the they didn't have the meeting and said, how can we take this decision out of Nook Nook's hands? Let us go ahead and set up this electoral college, and you had to vote for somebody smarter than you, allegedly, to make decisions on your behalf.
Why do black folks why do we like to double up a name to make it a nickname? Is that is that in the
I mean, that's just that's us being beautiful.
Okay.
And genius.
I was just wondering if it was
we doing
protocol.
Genius shit. We doing genius shit.
The overwhelming intelligence. Nook Nook got it. You right. Go on, Nook Nook.
Nook Nook. So all I'm saying is, I'm not getting into conspiracy theories. I just don't believe that they think that we're smart enough to make that decision, which then common sense, right? I'm not deep into the state, but common sense say they're not relying on Nook Nook's knowledge of politics to make decisions on who gonna be the president. That's all I'm saying.
You ain't gonna talk about my cousin like that.
Shoot, I got some Nook Nooks in my family.
Nook Nooks, June.
Right, I got peaches, it all, man. So it just, come on, people. Let's be more intelligent. I asked my Facebook group what we gonna do next, though, as black people. Because we gotta do better. As African Americans, we gotta do better. We can't be. Thank you.
What do you want us to do? In what way? Let's go ahead. Tell us what is your plan for Black America?
I look to participate in some black crowdsourcing. I'm going to be looking up. I found an investor group out of Houston where they go in and they buy rehab properties. The black-owned group, and that's going to be my first order of business to look at these crowdsourcing groups. I'm going to start working with other African American communities to try and start setting up some scholarships to help in the education realm. I'm going to try and give some knowledge and educate my own people overall, I just want to look to have a positive impact and start working with my people where I can. And hopefully we can find like-minded individuals who are looking to pull resources to grow. Because at that point, as Derek Haley said a couple weeks ago, once we can start building our own revenue streams and we can build up our capital and we can build up our ownership, then we can start financing our own politicians. We can play their game and we can enlist these individuals to work on our behalf. Vic said the Dems have won the popular vote in the last 7 out of 8 elections. Really, the Republicans take advantage of the Electoral College to win. We got some phone difficulties over here. Did you get it right? You good?
I was teetering. I said, ooh, 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 ooh.
But you
Come on, Britt.
What are you going to do? What do you think we should do as African Americans?
I just think we need to be smarter about holding whoever wins this thing accountable to what they said they were going to do before they get there.
Are you riding with Ice Cube? You getting on the platinum plan? We're going to take that up to Joe Biden like, yo, Joe, you got to get on this platinum plan.
Remember when you said we could come back? Remember? We here, baby. Knock, knock. Let us in. We calling it platinum, right? Let's go.
I'm just saying.
I just hope that one thing I do know that Black people are going to do is, regardless of how it turns out, we gonna persevere because that's just how we're built. We're resilient.
We are.
I think if it doesn't go the way the Anglo-Saxon people want it to go, that's when it's going to, whichever way that is for whichever side, that's when they start wilding.
I got you. Ooh. Yeah, you was falling off. I went on here into a whole nother screen. Like, let her get her life together. But I agree with you. I think that we are very resilient. I just think that we can no longer be ignorant. Our generation is the next generation up, and we have to do more than what the previous generations did in order for us to improve the situation. If Harriet Tubman got slaves over with the Underground Railroad and Martin Luther King had a dream, then it's time for our generation to be more active. And maybe we have become complacent. We spoke about this last week, that Black people have become comfortable because, they making a little more money than they've ever made. The athletes and the entertainers, they should be 2 and 3 generations deep now with their wealth if they've done a good job of maintaining their money. Maybe we too comfortable. But we can't be ignorant to the fact that we making a choice now. We're either choosing to be silent and be complacent and enjoying our money, or we're choosing to work to better our community for future generations, because Democrats ain't going to do it. The Republicans ain't going to do it. And if they not going to do it, and that's what they've shown us in the past, we have to do it. And then if it doesn't turn around, when do we blame ourselves? When do we say, you know what? We do want reparations. We do feel like the system is broken. We do feel like all of these things are in the way of our progress. But when do we say, but we haven't come together enough to try and combat that? When do we look at ourselves and blame ourselves versus then deflecting? Because at this point, Democrat, Republican, I'll say it again, they don't got our best interest in mind anyway. Unless, they sign up for the platinum plan because Cube got that. Am I wrong?
I just think we haven't had any real fights as a generation, and I don't know if we know how to. I hate to say it, but I don't know if we know how to like rally together. I don't think we have the leadership
Are
that.
you aware of Shawn King? Okay.
Yes.
So Shawn King to me is one of the activists that I follow and I pay attention to. And the thing about Shawn King to me is so easy now with social media to point out a person's faults and flaws and discredit them, witch
Mhm.
hunts. I imagine some of the philandering that people have discussed with Martin Luther King in today's time frame would have brought a different type of energy to him. A lot of times our leaders are killed before they reach the pinnacle of their support, right? I know Shawn has posted that he's had death threats put on him. He's needed protection. There was a young black lady. Dang, I cannot remember. I want to say she's in Kansas City. She went into the police meeting. I can't remember her name. She was very belligerent with her message. She was calling police officers out. She was calling the politicians out. Um, and so then it came that she needed some protection. I know that Black Lives Matter, from what happened in St. Louis, there were some leaders who organized that were suspiciously killed. Money problems, being abused. And so there's always this negative connotation with someone who's in the African American community who is trying to push forward. The only one that
Mhm.
I follow that I haven't seen negative on him, but I'm sure it is out there, is Riza Islam. He really has stepped up as the messenger for the Nation of Islam. He speaks to conspiracy theories, but I see him as a voice of the black community, speaking on black issues on our behalf. But you're right, there is not one that represents like a Malcolm X or a Martin Luther King. Why is that?
I don't know. Um, I don't know that once the institutional things shifted for us in a positive way, I don't know if that's when the complacency began or if it's actual complacency. I can't call it. Um, I would say there's like our Louis Farrakhan's and our Jesse Jacksons, but I feel like there's weirdness sometimes associated with religion now, maybe perhaps. I'm not sure why we don't have a leader that we all can follow or that the unit can get behind as a majority. I really don't know what it is. Do you have a thought?
No, I don't. I don't know why. Maybe because we're divided by social media. I think social media creates more division than community. I know that you can have community within social media because it's profitable that way. You know, if you can create.
But social media is only like 10 years old for real, for real. We haven't had a leader since before then.
I mean, I would say 10 years ago we were still looking to the Jesse Jacksons and the Al Sharptons. I think a lot of times too we put it on our musicians unfairly. I
Oh, of
mean, I
course. Entertainers of all sorts,
yeah,
athletes,
unfairly.
those become our shining stars. But I don't know if that's just like how the culture has shifted overall. Like we give more value to those people than we did political leaders and religious leaders and things of that nature. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe because we're like so enthralled with like celebrity and all the hubbub around. fame. Maybe that I don't know what it is.
I don't know why we don't have any leaders. Maybe it's the trolls. I mean, they tore down Dr. Umar Johnson.
Ooh.
Boy, they sacrificed that dude.
I have mixed feelings about Umar
Well, and that's
Johnson,
what I'm saying. I don't really know. I know he popped up out of the blue, and I know he had some word. Once again, money will mix up a lot of things. Because to me, the word he was given, he had some valid points. He's pointing out some valid things. Not everything was valid. Some of it was out there. Then he had the school situation. Then he had the fake doctorate situation. And you know, they'll tear you up.
I mean, that's why I call him Umar Johnson.
Oh, you don't refer to him as doctor?
It's a little, I don't know. I'll call myself doctor. So what?
I mean, at this point, though, I would think that if that was the way you were going to go, you know, why not hire some of the blurs and have them set you up with a historical profile? We got hackers. You know what I'm saying? We got individuals that could set you up and get you right. You know what I'm saying? It's a situation where, like, if you wanted to, you could fabricate it and do it well with no digital footprint. Just hire the blurs. You know? So that's our political talk for the day. We had to address it. Honestly, it's not something I like talking about all the time because I'm not super political, but it just is what's going on in the world right now. If y'all won't, feel free to call in. The number is 419-464-7246. Vic said Trump is leading by less than 40,000 votes in Georgia. I don't know if that's going to flip. All that being said, we're going to get into something different. We're going to do a little this or that. We're going to lighten it up. Hopefully this is the last time we have to talk about politics for a while. We can talk about some other fun stuff and working on whatever else we got to work on.
It won't be the last time because we have to do it again next week once we find out who the president's going to be. So
no,
maybe
we'll put that into this or that, or we'll no off the top. But I don't want to have no long conversations about politics. I want to talk about something because I got voter fatigue. Yeah, I got so many text messages about voting. I was so sick of everybody else posting a sticker about, I got it. You voted, homie. I got you. The only thing that was dope about voting was the finger condom. Other than that, I'm done with the voting. So let's get to this or that. All right, what you got for me? This or that, this or that.
Apparently, I got a phone that don't want to be right.
Get your phone together.
Am I right?
Okay, you good.
Am I right? Oh, geez. All right. This is gonna be okay. I'll start with a little trickster.
Okay, start me with a trickster.
You're in a serious situation. Could be dangerous. Could be life-threatening. You have to save a child or a spouse. Which one you saving? I'm an asshole.
I'm going to choose the child.
Rationale.
9 times out of 10, so I have a child, right? I had the conversation. Look, we in a bad situation. We've had the opportunity to live life. Don't try and save me. Save my child. I've lived. I've done everything.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say I've done everything, that's not a lie. Everything that I've wanted to do in my life for a that was within reach, I did it. I've lived.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? And now I can give back, but at this point, a child's life, they may still be able to change the world. And so for
Right.
me, if I had to choose, I'm gonna choose the child. Uh, I would say spouse, girlfriend, significant other, best friend. You just gotta hold that L. But usually, like I said, I'm up front with that conversation. I'm gonna tell you, and vice versa. Look, there's a decision to make. Save the child.
You gotta go. Grape jelly, strawberry jelly.
Strawberry jelly is not even a question. If you do grape jelly, you don't know nothing about peanut butter and jelly. Matter of fact, you can't even talk to me if you do grape jelly. I'm a jelly snob.
They're Campbell's? Oh, word.
Snob. And it should only be Schmuckers. Okay? I should buy some stock in that company.
That's hilarious. I didn't know you felt that passionately about it.
I think in my Facebook group, we just had this conversation. I had to help him out.
Oh, really? I feel very strongly about strawberry jelly as well, but I don't feel as strongly that, like, if you're a grape fan, you should be discontinued from life.
If you like chunky peanut butter, you can't even talk to me. Peanut butter is meant to be smooth, and it's only supposed to be married to strawberry jelly or honey. That's it.
Okay, well, that's that on that. If you have to pick one, physical pain versus emotional pain, which one are you gonna take?
That's a good one.
Ain't it?
I would say emotional. Because emotional pain, you can walk your way through it. You can acknowledge it and accept it for what it is. Physical pain, it's just...
Sometimes you can't, though. I feel like sometimes emotional pain is tied to, like, mental things. And sometimes it's hard to disconnect those mental ties.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
Therefore not so easy to walk away from.
Somebody said if you don't deal with your childhood, your relationship will. Right? There are certain traumas emotionally that you go through. But the hope is that you acknowledge that you're not the only one that goes through emotional trauma and that you find a way to deal with it. That's the hope, right? As I mentioned on my daily blog, I mentioned a blog in the morning, and I said that, like, the last 2 or 3 weeks I've been going through some depression, right? And I could tell it not necessarily mentally, I could tell the way I was eating. I started looking at the foods I was eating and how I was eating and when I was eating and where my mind would go. And I was thinking, like, you know what?
What were some of those things?
The food? Oh, I was dining out every day. I was eating absurd amounts of cookies and sugar. Probably, you know what I'm saying? And that didn't make it any better because I could feel...
Because that makes you feel good.
Well, it made me feel good in the moment.
Right.
But physically, it was affecting my brain as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell, at least when you get older, I can tell when the calories I'm getting is just absurd. I wanted to take longer naps. I'm not feeling motivated. I'm not feeling as creative. I'm agitated. I don't quite want to be bothered. Right? And then you'll say, well, what's contributing to the depression you're going through? And I would say a lot of it is just COVID fatigue. Most people don't know, I would get out of the house and drive Uber and Lyft just to alleviate some of that. But because I've been so heavy in doing social media and promoting my stuff and getting ready for campaigns, I haven't really been driving. So I've been in the house. I got a little bit of the cabin fever. My kid's school, I don't want to be bothered. I'm over it. So I could just tell, like, I'm starting to go through these things. And I'm not really all the way out, but I mean, talking about it helps. You know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with it the best that I can. But until COVID goes away, at this point, I got to find a way to be mentally strong and keep my shit together. You know what I'm saying? So I'm aware going through some mental shit. Physical pain, I'm straight. I don't want none of that. I don't want to wake up and have to, because and this is what it is. I think that we all go through mental pain. It's just a part of life. What I don't want to do is go through physical pain and mental pain at the same time. You know, like your back hurt. You know, your arm going to sleep and it's got the pricklies on. You don't know why it's doing it. You can't walk right because your hip hurt. Your knee buckling for no reason because you old. Like, I don't want none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I would much rather choose. I know that's a long answer, but I would much rather choose the mental pain because I'm aware of it. And I'm somewhat cognizant. I may not be able to change it, but I'm aware. So
I think I would take the emotional pain. No, I think I would take
you're gonna take physical.
Pain. Because I feel like there's always drugs to fix the physical part.
Yeah, but the drugs affect the emotional. For real. I mean, if you think about it, your emotional reactions are way different when you are inebriated on drugs.
You're right. Oh, I don't know.
Because it is not going to do anything but dull the senses. Why people take Vicodin and, you know, Percocet. Yeah, they do all of it. Do Molly. Because some of that it was made for your physical and it transferred over to your mental. So, what we got next?
Having a twin or having a clone. Like a birth twin.
Oh, much. Like I don't even really like myself that much. Let's say birth twin. I mean, I'm cool. I love myself, but I don't think if I had to deal with me much that I would like me a lot. So
So you'd rather take the twin?
I'd rather have a twin who has their own personality. That's their own person. Even though we may be connected and we see a lot of things the same way, I would always look at the clone as being inferior. Like, you're not me. You're a version that I allowed to exist. A twin is its own version of you.
Yeah.
So
I think the twin bond is dope too.
It can be. I've heard some twins don't bond. I think I think I would bond with my twin. But, when it comes to two different people, and then who are you, when you become adults? I think it's cool and cute when you kids. But when one goes off and one's a criminal and the other is a saint, you ain't screaming, oh, I want to be like my twin,
Right.
That dude's a killer. I'm not a killer. What we got next?
Mexican food, soul food. Pick one. Forever.
I'm going to choose Mexican food because I don't think it... Oh.
You crazy.
I'm going to say
I'm
soul
getting
food.
ready to call you out of your name.
I was about to say, because soul food will kill you, and it will kill you, right? It will kill you. But if I had to choose, it ain't nothing like soul food, man. It just isn't.
I feel like Black folks love Mexican food, but here's my thing. Here's my rationale. Yeah. And I'm not even the biggest soul food. Listen, oh God, don't stone me. I'm not gonna eat no necks, no feet.
No, that's not our generation.
No tail.
Yeah, that's not our generation.
I know lots of people that will eat. I'm not eating an oxtail.
I'm not eating oxtail either. I'm not eating no
But I know plenty of people in my circle who will eat an oxtail, who might snack on a piece of a chitlin. I'm not doing that. Yeah, no,
I'm out.
However, here's my argument for still picking soul food. Mexican food is, to me, the same 5 or 6 ingredients, just remixed slightly.
I feel you.
Just a little twerk. Like, we gonna roll it up in a soft situation in a flour tortilla. We gonna call it a burrito. We gonna fry it. It's gonna be a taquito or a flauta. We gonna
Yeah.
roll it. It's gonna fold it in half, and it's something else. We gonna leave it open, and it's this. Like, I just
And I know the Mexicans, when I get down, they get mad because I ain't eating no refried beans. I ain't doing that.
oh, you're not.
Yeah, I'm not a refried bean dude. I might eat the black beans, but I ain't doing refried. That you can miss me with that. Now, what I will do
Wow.
is I will do the different combinations. I will do the enchilada with the torte. I will do the flauta with the torte. I will do the taquito with the torte. I will do breakfast burrito with the torte. I will do. I mean, it's the tortilla. You know what I'm saying? I mess with the corn tortillas as well as the flour tortillas. And if you do flour homemade flour tortillas, it's a ribbity wrap. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say about that.
I feel like we're a little bit biased and also well versed in this because Texas and
Yeah,
Cali, we don't.
yeah.
It's a thing.
I mean, look, there's nothing better than jumping into the hood Mexican spot because they throwing down. They about to kill it. It's you not gonna never taste that like it's gonna be like grandma made it. It's stupid authentic. And then I actually
It's gonna be a little bit dingy too, but it's
yeah,
okay.
well, I think that also they got the drinks too, man. Mexican food with the margaritas and the look, man. It's just it's tough. But what I would tell you is there's nothing. It's nothing like cornbread with
Hmm.
greens and green
Hmm.
beans and yeah, like black eyed
Little potato
peas.
salad, little
Yeah,
macaroni
mac
and
and
cheese,
cheese. Come
greens,
on,
peas,
man. And
tomatoes,
then
potatoes.
I'm gonna tell you where we kill the Mexican food, right?
Go-
It ain't nothing like soul food desserts. Sorry.
I was gonna say the
You
desserts, yeah.
can't look, you not fucking with pound cake. Okay? You're not fucking with the pound cake. You're not fucking with the cheesecake. I'm sorry.
Peach cobbler.
The churro is it's not. I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You know, it's just the desserts are the banana puddings and the
Stop
apple
it.
cob the peach cobblers and come on, you're not fucking with the desserts when it comes to soul food. It's just it is what it
We
is.
like diabetes over
Oh
here.
no, straight
Hello?
diabetic. I don't straight diabetic. Brown sugar, glazed syrup, white
Brown
sugar,
sugar, white
butter.
sugar, molasses. All of it
Once again, soul
in
food
one
gonna kill
dish.
you. Yeah, no,
Everything.
soul food gonna kill you. It's just that simple. But I
But you
gotta
gonna die
choose
feeling
it.
happy.
I gotta go soul food. Man, honestly, I
Mexican food
look.
is gone
I
forever.
don't even know if Mexican is really second. Is Italian, and they got the desserts too. You got the
I mean, I'm
pastas,
biased because I love a little gnocchi.
right?
She loves a little
And you do
risotto.
Italian with all kinds of
Come on,
wines. Yeah, come on.
lasagnas. Stop
Yeah,
playing with me.
Mexican.
You gonna braise some meat? Wait a minute. You gonna give me some good crusty
Yeah, I
bread
just.
with some cold butter on it? Stop playing
Yeah, I
with me.
don't.
Y'all got all the
Yeah,
wines.
the
Shut up.
wines.
Tiramisu. Okay,
The wines.
let me stop. Listen, we'll be drunk and full. Are you kidding
I'm
me?
just saying. What we got next?
I'll put Italian up
Yeah,
there.
Italians
Sorry,
up there.
we went off the deep end on that one.
I'm hungry
Actually,
right
if you
now, and I
understand,
ate dinner purposely. I was like, look, I'm not eating dinner late because I've been going through some things. I might have to go get some food. Makes myself
see what
feels
I'm saying.
goods. Oh,
Okay.
look, and I'm not even gonna lie. Let's add one more. Being down here, down south, this Cajun food. When I got to the Cajuns, oh my gosh.
Low key though, I feel like soul food and Cajun food are
Yeah, they
cousins,
cousins, they related.
and they might even be
But when
siblings.
you get the gumbos and the crawfish boils and the crabs, it just
Little etouffees.
and the way they flavor it, it just the po' boys and yeah. Matter of fact, I think I'm about to give me some Cajun food tomorrow. Shout out to New
Listen,
Orleans and my people representing the Cajuns. I love the way they cook
Listen,
food.
I appreciate y'all. Your little baby French roots with your little Indian drop speckles and little African that came through and then put some okra in
Look,
it. I like
look, they go
y'all.
hard in the paint. I love all the
I like
foods
them.
down here. What we got next?
If you're gonna go on a date, a picnic versus a restaurant. Think about all the
First
implications
date,
that come with these things.
I need more context.
Let's say it's like your third or fourth date. So you already know
But
you like them.
I would do it probably a picnic. Like if it's a first date, I want to go for a walk. I don't even want to go eat.
You just want to go on
I
a
want to
walk.
take you on a
Let's
walk and
take
have a
a
conversation.
long walk around the
Yeah,
park.
I
But we can't
mean,
stop.
look,
We can't stop after we done took the walk.
I
Since we
mean,
right
I can
here by
get
the
you a
park,
little
you ain't
ice cream or
nothing.
something, but I ain't. No, I got to see if you worth it. Might be crazy.
Worth what? $60,
My
$70?
time.
The time's already being spent. You're already here. Now it's about
No,
dollars.
if I invite you to go like to a park or for a walk, that's like a 60-minute tops. Like, hey, let's just hook up, go to the park real quick, have a conversation, see what's good.
That's not a date. It's a date.
I asked you to go out. Did we meet? Do you like me and I like you? I'm just saying.
I,
I'm just saying,
I
look,
find it a date.
I'm not, oh, why I'm spending my money? You gotta work for that. You gotta be worth it.
But here's the thing, though. I feel like okay, so in the days of dates, are people still just like, I don't really know you like that, so I'm just gonna figure out on this date, or have we like had
Well, I
conversations?
would
Have you had
imagine
maybe
we've
a
been
FaceTime or
DMing
two,
on.
text
Yeah, we've been
messages?
DMing on the gram or on the book. Yo, what's good? What you got going on Wednesday? Oh, I ain't got nothing going on Wednesday. Yo, you want to meet up at the park? Go take a walk? Yeah.
You said Wednesday. You picked a very
Yeah.
informal
I
day too.
mean, like what
I
you
see what
got
you
going
did.
on? You want to hook up and meet? And
You didn't pick a Friday or a Saturday. I see.
depending on, you know what I'm saying, where we at, like, yeah. I mean, if we gotta have food or I gotta buy something for you to be on a date, chances are me and you are not compatible anyway, so I don't want to waste your time.
Well,
I
there's
mean,
that.
for real, if we dating and get to know each other, then let's get to know each other. It's arbitrary if I gotta buy you something. Is that the condition? The condition is that I have to spend money out of my pocket? If I like you and
No.
you like me and we figured that out, then yeah, let's go get some food. Let's relax. Let's talk. I ain't got to do that just to determine. No, look, we can. It's some because I don't want to waste your time. You may not like me. You may be like, no, that the homie crazy. He ain't, yo, you know that homie Kynard I told you about? Yeah, he kind of cute, but that dude's a dummy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that may be the way you feel. And I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to have to lose funds trying to determine whether or not you like me and I like that. All that.
So date one, the picnic is out. The any fun spending, date one, it could be potentially out. Little to no cost.
Little to no cost.
Date one. But if it's like date three.
Day 3, then I'm going to the picnic and I'll probably put together a little joint, you know.
What's in the picnic? What you
I'm gonna probably make you a peanut butter and jelly, strawberry jelly sandwich. I'm gonna have some wine, some strawberries.
Creamy.
Yeah, creamy. You gotta have the creamy peanut butter. You know.
What if I like crunchy though? Then you out.
I'm gonna find that out probably in the first date when we walk. We'll find out what compatibilities are. But if I take you on a picnic, yeah, you know, I'm gonna go on here and I'm gonna lay it out. I'm bring some wine, some strawberries, a little whipped cream. You know, we gonna have a good time. Bring a little blanket. You know, I'll probably bring some hot Cheetos because if you fucking with me, you probably like hot Cheetos.
With lime on them or no?
I mean, I can bring the lime if you want. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Yeah, I'll set it up nice. I'm a dude that gives effort. You know, I believe that if you present value, then I'm gonna go ahead and treat you as such. If you don't present any value,
I'm gonna smut you
and it's a
out.
jump off, oh, it's good. All right, be easy. You know what I'm saying? What we even gotta go through all that for? What we got next?
I had another question, but I'll leave it alone.
What? No, what's your question?
No, it's
Okay, we
good.
moving on.
Yeah. Podcasts or audiobooks? Say what you say wisely here, sir.
I really want to choose both. I really love audiobooks. I just started listening to Rick Ross's Hurricanes. Um
Hmm.
it's been really good, but I also like listening to Joe Budden. Um I would say right now podcasts for me. I really
Hmm.
really enjoy. I would choose them first because I just think that they're interesting conversations being had. Um
On the strength of you being here right now, you should just say
Well,
podcast
I
and that's
mean,
it.
I'm trying to be objective. You know,
Yeah, I'm never reading a book ever,
well,
so
I
that's just
don't
the
read
truth.
books. I get audio books. Matter of fact,
I'm not listening to them either. That's my
oh
point.
no, I gotta get books in.
Sidebar,
Yeah.
sidebar. I think for the book industry, if anybody out there listening, y'all should be giving free Audible downloads with the purchase of a hard book.
That would be dope.
That only makes sense
Yeah,
to
no,
me.
that's
But I
yeah, no,
digress.
I agree. Maybe I'll do that when I release my book. That being said,
Ooh,
you know, yeah, facts. It'll come eventually.
make sure your book is on Audible because I
Yeah.
am not going to
Well,
read
once
anything.
again, a lot of it just depends. Like when I go to walk in the morning and I get my exercise in, I really am into listening to books. If I'm at
Mhm.
the house or I'm on my computer while I'm doing some work, I'm doing some graphic work or I'm working on videos and I'm editing, then I like to listen to podcasts while I do that. Or while I'm on the back porch, you know, taking my break, I'll pop in the podcast and I'll listen to it then. But as I get my walk in, I really like to hear about the books and the breakdown. So, but I'm choosing podcasts because if you're listening to this, I want you to listen to the podcast.
That's it, and that's all.
We got any more?
Sure. Two more.
All right.
The mall or Amazon?
I'm still a mall person. I think Amazon is made for men though. It's convenient,
For
it's
sure.
easy. But I miss going to the mall and doing your thing. You know?
I miss getting a pretzel low key and then buying the shit that I didn't know that I
Right.
needed in quotations.
Yeah, the food court.
Like just stumbling on something I need, like, oh, I
Yeah.
do, oh my god, how convenient. And look at Auntie Anne's, I could go get a pretzel and I could get a lemonade. This is a good day.
Right. I mean, big facts. You know what I'm saying? I I love the steak and cheese place when I go. I like Sabaro, the pizza place when I go. It always went down. You know, when I went to the mall, I was popping tags, therefore I was flirting. You know, yo, what's good? You see me out here with these bags. You know, oh, you got bags too? What you got going on? Let's chop it up over here at the food court. So I'm a big mall person.
Where were your bags from when you had when you was Big Bank Hank
Oh,
popping tags? Which bags were in your arms?
it was usually Foot Locker. We was definitely hitting
Okay.
up the shoe shop. Um,
Okay.
and then clothing's like it was probably whatever the local spot was. In Detroit, there are a couple places that, you know, the local urban shop or Puffer Reds that was in, you know, Ypsilanti, Michigan. Like when you hit one of them spots, it's just the urban clothes store. You get you a couple shirts, you know, get your fit right, you know,
Hmm.
your earrings. You know, this is before when it was when I wasn't, you know, I was on the cubic zirconiums and the hoops, and you know, I
Okay.
had my little jewelries popping, and I was getting to it. You know, I was popping. So at that point, I was in the mall, you chase and get numbers and I got her number and I got her number and you know what I'm saying? Like the mall was popping. You can't do none of that on Amazon, right? Unless you go in and start reading reviews and start trying to message people. Hey yo, like that picture you took? What's your name and your number? So I'm going mall. We got a comment. Manifest said Britt and Glenn Boogie on that. Hello Fresh, what's in the bag and what I'm eating joint tonight. It's like straight promotion for Thanksgiving. Yeah, no, for real. What else we got? Last
I'm
one?
hungry. If you have to travel with someone, would you rather travel with someone who's a picky eater or someone who's cheap?
When I travel, man, I like to spend money, so I don't want nobody that's cheap.
Let's go.
Yeah, when I travel, we taking some stacks. We and it's been budgeted so you don't have no this is a no remorse zone. You don't want to have buyer's remorse when you get done with your vacation. Like I should have did that. Like I fully believe in, financially setting yourself up that when you go out there, you should come home and still have a stack or two. Like you don't feel bad. So I spends money and I tip. You know what I'm saying? I'm staying at the best hotels. I didn't got too old to be trying to cheap it.
Oh, a bad tipper is the worst.
No. When I walk up in the joint, like you said, the Waldorf Astoria, I tip the doorman, like what's good, homie? What's popping? What's really happening out here in these streets? Where I need to be eating. You know what I'm saying? Where's the action at? Oh, Mr. Kynard, yo, this is where it's at. And once you have a concierge start taking care of stuff, yo.
Listen, there's no turning back.
What you say?
There's no turning back.
Oh, yeah, you can never do it. Like, yo, look.
When you get a little resort butler.
Hit the concierge and tell him, look, man, I heard, the tickets is out. Can you get me tickets for the drink? And then he hits you back in an hour, Mr. Kynard. Yo, I got these tickets for you. Man, here's a hundo.
Clutch.
I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Clutch. And here's a bottle of whatever alcohol you need. Thank you, concierge. Yo, I need you to set the room up. We're going to be back around 8 o'clock. I want to have a dinner brought up and set up already when I get in here. I need you to set the flowers out on the bed. I need my shit arranged. And you step up and you surprise her and she like, oh, shit. And you like, well, the concierge, I'm the...
My
you know
guy.
What I'm saying? Like, thanks for holding
Usually
me
his
down.
name was like Winston or
yeah. So you look, and I tip because they also gonna tell you how to get in. A lot of times they're gonna let you know who's who and what's what. And so for me, when I'm out on a trip, I spend, man. Now I don't take cash. I keep my credit cards on me, or I keep my debit card or whatever. But I make sure that I can cover what I gotta cover.
Word.
Because I might run into something.
Even though
what'd you say?
I said, even though picky eaters are trash sometimes.
But I can deal with a picky eater. I can deal with
that.
But
cheap is way worse.
Yeah. Well, but if I know her well enough, you know what I'm saying?
It don't even gotta be a her. It could be a brother.
No, dudes don't operate like that. Am I right, Manifest? Manifest, no. We was out in Vegas. We was doing our thing. We was out there for a little fellas trip, little bachelor trip. Like the homie don't want to eat that. He can go wherever he want to go and eat. I ain't got to be attached to that dude. He say he want Mexican. Homie, I'll meet you in a couple hours. I'm going to go get what I want. You know what I'm saying?
Go on over there.
Yeah, man, dudes don't do that. I remember I was 19 years old. No, 20. I was 21. I just hit Vegas for the first time. I was with my uncle, and he just hit me. He said, yo, you don't see me for a couple hours, homie, I'm straight. I was like, what does that mean? And at that point, like, I got it. Fellas, when we travel, like, we ain't got to be, unless you ain't got no money. That's the only
Girls
time.
Ain't like that. Broads ain't like that.
Women,
like,
no.
What are we doing? Where are we going? Who are we seeing?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Because y'all want ambiance of girl trip. Fellas, we gonna get together when it's time for fellas to get together, but I've taken plenty of trips to Vegas, and it's like, yo, We'll link up around 8 or 9 o'clock. Or, yo, you in Cali? I might know some people. I might have some stuff going on. We might all still hang out, but 95% of the time, if somebody don't want to do something and somebody else do, when it come to fellas, the only time a person's going to do something they don't want to do is when they ain't got no money. Oh, can I roll with you? I really don't want to go. Or they going to ask, yo, can I get 40? I'm going to head out.
Listen, I was in Vegas for a bachelorette party once. And the night prior, I had on these like very strappy heels. And somehow something got under my foot, between like my foot and the bottom of the shoe. Whatever that little piece of something was, I don't know. It was something like a rock, a piece of something. Yeah. It ate the bottom of my foot up until we got to where we were getting. I was just like, it's not that painful. I'll just take it till I get somewhere stationary, take the shoe off, lace her back up. That thing was a mess the next day. Everyone was ready. They're like, okay, we're going to go to the pool party. Da, 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 da. And I said, listen, I was laying in that bed. I said, listen, hoes, catch the bottom of this foot. You see that spot between the toe and the ball of the foot? That's all ate up. Y'all go head on. And they were like, no, you have to go. No, I do not. You guys can go. I will be here. I will be happy. I'll be fine. I'll pop this computer open. I'll get a little room service. I'll mind my business. I'm going to stay over here. It was a whole 30-minute debacle about why I wasn't going. I said, I just limped to the bathroom. What is wrong with you? If y'all don't leave right now, we're going to fight. Get out. And they left, and it was fine. I had a great time by myself in the hotel for the majority of the day.
Well, that says a lot about you, because most women would have tried, and I shouldn't generalize, but a good portion of women would have, they wouldn't have let up. The peer pressure, like, no, you just be hurt and be with us. Dudes, when you on a trip, matter of fact, it's kind of suspect. Oh, let me watch what I say. Oops.
Right. Be careful. Hold up.
And the only reason I say that is because somebody that I knew, like a fight happened because they didn't get to go. And the person...
There's a lot of backstory to this.
Yeah. We was in Vegas and somebody wanted to be woken up. And the other person was like, that ain't my job to wake you up. Like, you a grown-ass man.
So they left.
And so we left.
Waking
we went to scout the location. And when we got back, it was some static. And I didn't know because I wasn't staying in the rooms. Like, it was a work situation. Like, I took some people out to Vegas to work. And I put them up in an Airbnb. I went and got my own room. And, with the person I'm shooting the video with, we went to look at the location. One of the people who's going to be in the video wanted to go with us. They weren't woken up. They hung out the night before. And then it was static. And I get over there and I get a call, so-and-so ain't doing this. I'm like, look, fellas, we out here to work. Oh, why are y'all beefing? And then I'm looking as a man, like, I really felt like that's not his job to wake you up. But I also didn't understand what type of relationship they had as men. They could have had the type where it was like, no, we really, really, really homies. And if you my homie, you should have woke me up and took me. Everybody that know me as a man, when I get somewhere and we doing men shit, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'll ask y'all if y'all want to participate. But if you not where I need you to be when I'm getting ready to go participate, I'm out.
So what you're saying is just don't ever wake you up.
It's not don't wake me up. If I want to be somewhere,
we gone.
I'm going to make sure that I'm there. I did. Manifest, that was the video that I shot that was like The Hangover. Manifest know the one. And shout out because when we left, both of them dudes never was friends again after that. And I felt bad because that wasn't what I took y'all out here for. Now, I still talk to both people, and I think that both individuals is dope individuals, but they didn't get along after that, and it was some beef for a little bit, and like at that particular point, I kind of felt like it violated man code. The man code is, dog, like ain't no other man supposed to be keeping your schedule.
I don't believe in codes.
Oh no, you gotta have a code. Gotta have a code.
Okay, well, I guess that's another day.
Why would you not have a code? How do you know if somebody is right or wrong based on your baseline?
I feel like the code switches depending on who you with. There's no like baseline code.
Oh no, there's man law base code.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for men.
Just keep.
And once again, just because it's code doesn't mean that everybody abides by it. Because like I said, the homie was legit upset. He was pissed. Yo, my nigga, why did you not wake me up? I wanted to go. I was like, shit.
He was stomping his feet.
He was.
I just feel like what I would do for one homegirl or one friend, homeboy, whatever it is, it's not always going to apply. Even if it's baseline here, it's not baseline on this side.
But then I understood why dude was upset. I got it. Like, he explained why he was upset. But in my opinion, one, we was there to work, and two, you hung out all night before. It wasn't my man's responsibility to wake you up. But he was upset, and he basically was like, I don't know the next time I'm going to get to go to Vegas. Like, this is a one-in-a-lifetime experience for me. Even though we here for work, I want to see as much as I possibly can. And he was like,
well, then you should have set your alarm.
What'd you say? Well, you should have set an alarm. I agree, because, and that was the thing. It was like, it wasn't that he didn't wake him up. It was that he didn't even let him know he was leaving. But we told you before you laid down that we was gonna go out to the spot.
It makes me laugh. Honestly,
you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we gonna go to the spot. Well, you laid down and you took a nap. Well, why you ain't at least let me know that you was leaving?
Shut up. How about that? Shut up. Grown up.
So,
be an adult.
Once again, I didn't want to be in between.
Was he like under the
influence
of some sort? Was he under any influences?
I don't really know. Like I said, the first night that we got there, the story is crazy because it was legit 29 degrees in Vegas. And we were there for 3 days, and we really were trying to shoot all the parts that we needed to shoot. Right? I had a couple models. Like, that first night we got in, it was stupid cold. We was putting on hoodies and coats, sitting in the car, and then going to shoot the video for like 3 minutes. Then we would jump back in the car. It was that cold. Then I think that while we was there, they ended up linking with an overseas artist. He had a whole bunch of followers. He was in Vegas with his girl. They linked up. They ended up hanging out until like 5, 6 the next morning. So when they got in, my mans went to sleep. Around 11 o'clock, we went out to the site. Now, I wasn't in the place. I didn't know he wanted to be awoken. I just was like, yo, I'm outside. I got the whip. Whoever come. We about to go scout this location, see what it looks like, so we know what we shooting when we get out here. And then I'm going to head back. We went from 11 o'clock to about 2. We get back. I drop them off. I get a call at 4. Yo, my man said he ain't doing the music video. Fuck 4. What's going on? oh, he said he ain't doing it. He all upset. You better talk to him. I'm like, fuck, I gotta talk to him for that's your
dude. Your man's.
Why I gotta talk to your man's? Why is y'all upset?
Your man's. Yours.
And the first thing I'm thinking is, I didn't spend all this money, and this dude's supposed to be a dancer in the video. Like, I brought you out here. I bought flights. Like, y'all cutting into my budget. I don't figure it out. So I hit my man and said, look, I understand y'all might not be getting along. That's cool. But let's do a dope video and have a good time. Then when we get back, y'all can do whatever y'all want. Brittany, I'm calling on you. What's going on?
After this story, you're just gonna have to send everyone the link to said video. That is all I have to say.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put a link out. I'll put the link.
Go ahead and put that in the little reminder link. If you was listening,
look, I'll do this. This is even better. If you've made it this far into the podcast, it's All Kinds of Love. The name of the song is About That. It's the only one that I shot in Vegas. About that. And it, like I said, it was a whole movie. It was probably about 6 minutes long. We shot it like it was the first Hangover. You know, and it was real life. Like we was acting up out there. We had a good time. We ran into Ty Lue that year, the coach for the Cleveland Cavs. They had just come off of winning the NBA championship with LeBron James. And
you said Ty. Does that mean Tyron?
Yeah, we refer to him as Ty. Tyronn Lue.
I mean, he's not my friend, so I just thought I'd make sure I knew what was going on.
We ran into Tyronn Lue in the casino. The trip overall.
Was he an ex-Laker?
Huh?
Was he an ex-Laker?
Yeah, Tyronn Lue played for the Lakers.
Look at me, I be knowing.
Yeah, Tyronn Lue played for the Lakers. He got stepped over when
I got a nigga.
When Allen Iverson stepped over him after he hit that shot. That's what Tyronn Lue was most famous for before he won a championship with LeBron James. And so it was a dope joint. Like I said, I still talk to both dudes. But they ended up not being homies no more after the trip.
They discontinued their relationship.
Yeah. But I could get it. It was man law. Man law says violation. And they just kept escalating. They was yelling at it. Was at one point where I thought like I was gonna have to get the other dude a room because, you know how dudes do. And once again, I hired them. I didn't know them like they weren't my homies. You know what I'm saying? I hired them. And he hired the dude to bring him out here. And so I'm thinking business. I'm like, yo, fuck. You know, and I don't know if they fight each other. They gonna be like brothers and apologize. It was about to come to fisticuffs. They was about to box.
This is almost like Plant Talk from last week. Plant Life? What would you call it?
Yeah, Plant Life. I'm just giving you insight into how men operate.
Y'all are different.
Yeah, we don't. And I'm gonna be honest. You know, I got love for my homies, but I'm not a super stickler about time. But if you don't want to do something that I'm doing, like when we went to Vegas, my brother didn't want to golf every single time I went to go golf. I got it, homie. You know what?
Like real golf or like
like real golf. Like I wanted to go hit the sticks. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I did when I grew up with my African-American community. So I wanted to go play some golf. He didn't want to go play. Matter of fact, we had one homie come out there with us and like his wife called him in the middle of while we was playing. He said, look, fellas, I ain't going to be able to do the rest of the trip. I got to go home. All right, homie, we'll see you later.
Damn. He must have did something.
Yeah, I mean, he had already paid for everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like, what What kind of call was that? That was
Yeah,
suspicious.
so Manifest, remember, I was like, dang, the homie, he went on here and changed his flight. He was only there for a day and a half.
He said he said it's been
Yeah, he
fun,
was
but I
like,
gotta
look,
go.
fellas, I ain't gonna be, and it was like we was there having a good time. We was gonna play some golf. She called him now.
I need you to find out what that call
Look,
was about.
I didn't had some, but I didn't. I look, women I know just know what it is. This is how I'm going to be. I was on a golf course and I got a call. I didn't leave because I had paid $500 to play. I'm gonna finish all 18 holes, baby. You just gonna have to wait.
You gonna be cool.
You gonna have to be wait. And when I pulled up, she was lit. She was upset. She was mad. She was like, "How dare you?" Now I didn't play well, but I had paid way too much money. I ain't racing up out the spot before I got to. It's just
Listen,
what it is.
I'll go to my friend's house and I'll be like, "Where your husband at?" "Oh, he golfing." It's 4:30. I seen him on Instagram stories. He was golfing. That was this
Oh
morning.
yeah.
She's like,
Oh yeah.
mm-hmm. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, if you're gonna
That's why
play
I ain't got
18
look, I ain't got
holes,
no husband, so I'm gonna be
18
quiet.
holes is anywhere from 4 to 5 hours of a day.
That's
Golf.
crazy. Just go play just go play pickup games or something. Shit.
Yeah. Look, golf is fun though. Golf a lot like chess. And once again,
That's what I hear.
golf for me was one of the most positive black experiences in regards to community. I came up with my uncle and he first took me to a golf course around the time that Tiger Woods was playing. And I had never seen that many black men like at a golf course. Like when I first started, I was wearing Air Force Ones and do-rags to the golf course. I won like
Looking
$70
foolish.
and I was like, oh, I'm going to hustle this shit. I'm not even good. Like I'm out here looking like a whole clown, not dressed in the right attire. And I mean, we talking 25 black men playing golf. Like it was a positive experience for me. And we talking dudes from the hood. They got a little money, they play golf, they drink a little bit, gamble a little bit, and talk some smack. And so as I grew older, I enjoyed doing it. When you start having kids though, you can't just be.
I feel like golf is what all like the super athletic dudes do when they start hitting like
Yeah, when you get
33,
old, it's
34.
old man's. Yeah. It's not
They
cool
be like,
amongst
"Ooh,
the youngsters. You know what I'm
I can't
saying?
play those. I can't go play that pickup game no
Yeah.
more. But I can show enough
But let
swing
me
this
tell
damn
you, when
club."
you get that age and you like, I can get 4 hours away from my whole life, you be like, oh, I need this. I need all 4.5 hours. Shout out to Manifest. I did not play well. I did not play well, Manifest. Oh, matter of fact, Manifest was with me. Oh, let me tell y'all about this story. Look, and I know we running on time, but the homie Manifest was actually on that trip. We went to TPC Sawgrass down in we was down this is Florida. Like, no, it was like Carolina. It was in the Carolinas, but I was going to Orlando. I had to drive down to Disney. I was going to do Disney. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to play this course because it was close. Like it was close to Daytona. And so Manifest got there, right? And like I'm legit. We paid like $500 to play around, right? And so
I'm not paying $500 for something I don't do well. First of all,
I mean, it was a famous course, right? It was a course that a lot of the pros play. So it's like going into like an NBA gym, like the Houston Rockets gym, and playing basketball, playing some pickup. You know what I'm saying? Like only like Drake get to do that. Like I've seen it. Drake was in
it was like some elite
yeah. No, this elite shit. This elite shit. Matter of fact, not only is it elite, it's super duper white elite. Like white elite. Like we was probably the only black people there that day. Matter of fact, I think it was a black famous football player, a retired football player or basketball player. He was super tall when we got there that morning. So you got 3 black men. It's me, my homie Dan, and my homie Manifest. And we like, yo, we about to play TPC Sawgrass, right? It's got the island green. It's one of the dopest courses in the United States. We pay the money. It's super duper white. We get there super duper early in the morning. And the homie Manifest show up. Now, I don't know if most people know, but golf is a white sport. It's a country club sport. We're the only black people in this spot. My homie goes to the cafe and Manifest say, would y'all happen to have some watermelon? I was like, what did you just say? I was like, pause. I was like, pause. Did you just...
Sir. Manifest. Listen. Manifest. Excuse me. I'm talking to you.
Oh my God.
I know you're watching. Why you looking at shit?
Right.
Why did you do that?
Look, I could not contain myself. I think that I started crying. Like I legit was
I'd have been
my
there.
man's, and he was dead serious. He was like, look, he was like, you know, he asked her, what do y'all got? Breakfast, you know, fruits. But do y'all got watermelon? No, I was like, no, you did not ask these people in this country club, a place that we probably would not have been, you know, 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
That was the first foul.
Look, I died that day. That whole day was out of control. Do you understand me? That's how we started off and then he asked for something else black, and I was just like, now once again, Manifest is a 6'3" African American, dark individual, dreadlocks in this white country club. Hey, I know y'all got watermelon on the menu.
You said, what'd you say about Manifest? You said Manifest, you said 6'3", he brown, and he got locked. Wait, what Manifest doing?
Manifest playing golf. Manifest living his best life. Manifest did say in the chat he here though. He said he hear you.
I was just wondering, you ran some stats and it sounded like something. So I was
Manifest, tall, dark, lovely. Dreads, all of that. Actually, I think he might have cut his dreads off though. But at that time, the homie had dreads.
He was locked up.
And I mean, he not only was he locked, he had it in the big bun. You're like a towering figure.
Come on, the bun. He said.
Yeah, he had the whole do-rag whipped up on her. He looked down at her. You happen to have some watermelon? I was like, dang.
Yes. Get out of here. I would have just left at that point. I'd have been like, this is not going to go well.
Man, that whole day, and I would say about 2 hours in, I got the phone call, like, and I told the homies, I said, look, she mad.
She mad.
Shit, I ain't leaving because I've spent way too much money. Now, I played terrible.
She mad, but
I played terrible. It was very, very bad. It was hot that day. It was humid. And not only that, like I continued to play, but I had a whole hour to get back to where she was at.
Oh,
so after I got the call, it took probably about 3.5 hours for me to get there. And I knew I was going to take a whooping and I took it. Look, my bad. I didn't finish. I didn't stop because I paid too much money. I know you're going to be angry. I know you're going to be upset. And I was not talked to the 5-hour ride all the way down to Orlando. It was complete silence in the car. It's attitude. And I probably spent like another $500-$600 getting out the doghouse. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't gonna stop. It's man law. Man law say I spent way too much money, come back home because you mad. Because when I get there, you're gonna be mad. You'll be mad.
The mad is coming regardless, so I might as well get my money.
That is when my homie said, hey, I gotta go home. She told me, I was like, dang, like it wouldn't have been me. I hope that, you know, that she not mad when you get home and she know how much you love her, because I'm out.
You said, couldn't be me.
Couldn't be
I'd be right
me.
here.
But once again,
That's
like I
funny.
said, I told you, I might not even really like myself. Some would say I'm wrong, but I would tell you I am who I am. And I'm very upfront about that.
It might not even like
Yeah,
myself.
facts. I would have been
That
hot.
means you got to work
And
on it.
I had to wait 3 hours on somebody, I would have been hot. I'd have been hot.
Like,
That's what it is. And I mean, really at that point, it wasn't nowhere for her to go. She couldn't catch no Uber or nothing like that because I was on a golf course. The only thing she could have did was like raise up, go to the airport and head home, but she wanted to go to Disney. She wanted to be at Disney.
That's it. I can't. I don't have no more this or that.
Stories being told.
I ain't got nothing
Look,
else.
we appreciate y'all, man. If you've paid attention this long, shout out to Manifest. We thank you for being on, homie. We definitely appreciate you, and thank you for letting me tell that story. Name of the video is about that.
You just told it.
What'd you say?
You didn't even ask him if you could tell it. You said thanks for
letting me.
I
mean, at this point, it was funny. He know what it was. I forgot he was even there. He was part of it. There's a moment in history.
You gonna embarrass me in front of my friends?
Look, man, I'll never forget the homie asking for a watermelon in the White Country Club.
It's funny.
Never forget it.
It's funny.
It was so classic. It was one of the dopest moments in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the dopest. So thank y'all for joining in with us today, having the conversation. Hopefully we'll have a president. We don't have to talk about that next week. For Brittany King, I am your host, Kynard. And this has been Dope Dialogue. And we out.
Bye.